watching Two Tribes TV.
The highest form of warfare is defeating the enemy without fighting. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. It's in our nature to fight. Each day we're confronted with obstacles, and conflict is a part of everyday life. If you're not fighting others or the environment, we are fighting ourselves. The beauty in The Art of War is that it explains in detail for what is to be done in a fight and how to win. What's even more beautiful in The Art of War is that its wisdom can be applied to modern-day life in time of peace. So what is The Art of War? The Art of War is a systematic guide to strategy of war for rulers and commanders. Throughout history, many generals have read The Art of War and employ the tactics written in the book to win battles. The book discusses various maneuvers and the effect of terrain on the outcome of battles. It stresses the importance of accurate information about the enemy's forces, the use of spies and information warfare, dispositions and deployments, the strength of army, and movements, how far a force can advance in battle. This summarizes in the axiom, know the enemy and know yourself, and you can fight 100 battles with no danger of defeat. It also emphasizes the unpredictability of battle and the use of flexible strategies and the tactics. The book's insistence on the close relationship between political considerations and military policy greatly influenced some modern strategists. Mao Zedong and the Chinese communists took from The Art of War many of the tactics they utilized in fighting the Japanese and later the Chinese nationalists. Since the book was translated into Vietnamese, it was also utilized by the Vietnamese generals during the Vietnam War in the 1960s against American forces. This included guerrilla warfare in the jungles, which the very Vietnamese carried out against American soldiers. And they greatly used the terrain to their advantage by laying ambushes for the American soldiers and using tunnels and underground complexes to avoid aerial bombardments. The Vietnamese were outgunned and outnumbered, but America, a superpower, lost the Vietnam War. There was also an instance of information warfare among the two sides, as each was reporting to the press a smaller number of casualties than the exact figure. So who wrote The Art of War? While the exact birthplace of Sun Tzu, or Master Sun, remains lost to history, it is greatly argued that he was born in the land of Wu in China, around 544 BC. At this time, China was divided into 7 different factions, and each kingdom wanted to dominate all the others. Therefore, there was constant wars in this hostile land. Sun Tzu was a general, a military strategist, a philosopher, and an author. He is well regarded and credited for his authorship of The Art of War, a 13-chapter book on how to wage war. It is said that Sun Tzu was once summoned by the king of Wu, who wanted to test his skills as a general. He commanded Sun Tzu to make soldiers out of his 340 concubines. Sun Tzu stood in front of the women and divided the women into 2 companies. He made the king's 2 favorite concubines the company commanders. He told them to face right. The concubines giggled in response. He then told them that they must listen to the general and obey. And again, he told them to face right. The concubines giggled again. Sun Tzu had the 2 favorite concubines beheaded, much to the king's protest. His reasoning for this was that the general should look out for the emperor's best interest, even if it meant disobedience to the king. He also emphasized that the general must be listened to at all costs, and the slightest bit of disobedience must be punished. This was for the sake of obedience by the soldiers and clear flow of communication through the chain of command. Indeed, Sun Tzu did make soldiers out of the rest of the concubines. In modern day, the strategies in The Art of War have been used in military conflict, politics, marketing, business, and sports. It has even been used by ordinary people in their everyday life struggles as a philosophical guide.
Please hit the subscribe button to follow us. Be part of the movement. Join the tribe. Bringing you informative and exciting fresh content. This is Two Tribes TV.